Hi guys, in this video we are going to start solving systems of linear equations using method of elimination. So I have here an example that I want to show you how to do, and we are going to try to do this example by eliminating x, okay? And then you can also solve this by eliminating y, and actually you will get the same exact answer. Okay, so first what I'm gonna do is rewrite every one of these equations so that there is a number in front of every variable. So, okay, so that's just gonna make it a little bit easier to explain. So I've got 2x plus, well, 2 is already in front of the x, so it has a number, but y has no number in front of it, so I am going to then insert a 1. You can always do that, okay? Because 1 times any number is the same as that number. So if when you multiply times 1, it doesn't change. I'm going to do the same trick on the second one because the second one it just says x, but I'm going to insert 1 in front of x. Okay, and then I have negative 2y equal to 6. Okay, so what is my goal? If I'm trying to eliminate x, I need to look at the coefficients of x in each equation. So the first number here is 2, and then in front of x, and then this one has a 1. And so here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to multiply the whole first equation by the same number that's in the second. So the number is in the second is 1, so that's what I'm going to multiply this one by 1. And then the second equation I'm going to multiply by the same exact number that's in the first, but opposite sign. So instead of multiplying by 2, I will be multiplying by negative 2. Okay, this always works. So you kind of like you cross multiplying it, right? The first equation you multiply by the second one, the second you multiply by the first by opposite signs. Okay, so what is that? What's going to happen once you multiply? So what will happen is you're going to have to distribute that number that you're multiplying to all the terms. But multiplying by 1 doesn't really change anything, because when you times anything by 1 again, that doesn't change. So the first equation will not change. It's just going to stay 2x plus 1y equals 7. On the second one, though, you have to take that negative 2 and you have to multiply everything by it. So here and here and here. Okay, so what will happen when you multiply negative 2 by 1? So you can use your calculator if you want, but that's just going to stay negative 2 and the x. Now over here, just to make sure we don't mess up, whenever you see a minus between the terms, you can always insert a plus in the front of it, because subtracting or adding a negative is the same thing. So basically you are multiplying negative 2 by negative 2 over here, and that's going to be your new number, and that's going to be positive 4, right? So this will be plus 4y equal negative 2 times 6. Well, that's negative 12. Okay, all right, so next thing we're going to do is add these up. This is why it's called method of addition sometimes method of elimination, because you're trying to cancel one of the variables. Now look what we achieved. We've got a 2x and a minus 2x. So these are two terms that are the same except for the sign. They will cancel, and when we add them up, and we give us a 0. What's going to happen for the other variable? It will be 1y plus 4y. So it's like 1 apple plus 4 apples. That's 5 apples, okay? And on the other side, 7 minus 12, you can use your calculator. If you cannot do this in your head, that's fine. But you get negative 5. Okay, to finally solve this for y, you want to remember that the default operation between 5 and y is a multiplication. So to undo it, we're going to divide by 5. And so it'll be y equals negative 1. Okay, so we've got y equals negative 1, but in order to solve a system, you also have to get x. So what are you going to do to get x? Well, it's really actually just substituting this value of y into any of the equations, either the first or the second, it doesn't matter, it will give you the same answer, and solving it for x. So I'm going to take this y equals negative 1, this number right here, and I'm going to plug it in here in place of that y. Okay, so what will happen? I get 2x plus, in place of y, I'm going to put in parentheses negative 1 equal to 7. Okay, now I'm trying to solve this for x. So I want to isolate the x term, right? It wants to be by itself. So it wants to be like right here, and it doesn't want that -1 there. So I need to get rid of it. And to do that, I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So I get 2x equals. Now here it's going to cancel. 7 plus 1 is 8. Finally, I would divide both sides by 2. Okay, so 2 divided by 2, 8 divided by 2. Okay, so this is going to cancel. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Okay, so now I have x equals 4. All right, so make it purple or something. And I have y equals -1. How do I know this answer is correct? So my answer usually is written as a x coordinate, y coordinate, separated by commas in parentheses. So it'd be like 4, -1. But how do I know that this is actually the right answer? Well, here's how I know that. I can plug these two, the 4 and -1, into both equations to check. And the idea is it's very important that you're going to plug them into both. So in place of y, we're going to put -1. In place of x, you're going to put 4. Okay, so where's my 4? Well, it has to go here and it has to go here. Okay, so let's see what happens. So instead of x, I'm putting 4, 2. And remember, this is between a variable and a number, is really multiplication. So it's times 4 plus y is -1. And I'm asking myself, is that 7? So that's the first check I need to do. The second check is I do the same thing with the second equation. So in place of x, I put a 4 minus 2 multiplied by, or parentheses, -1, is that equal to 6? If it is not, if it doesn't work, then that means you made a mistake and you have to go back and see where you messed up. So 2 times 4 is 8, minus 1 or plus -1, is that 7? Yes. 8 minus 1? Yes, check. Now, how about the second one? This would be 4. Now, you can insert the plus here. So, -2 multiplied by -1 is 2. So, plus 2, is that 6? Yes or no? Well, 4 plus 2 is 6. So, that means that I am done.